On this episode, we talk about the Battle of the Lukes.
And also, everybody's in love with Tyler C now. He did a thing. Everybody thought it was sweet. He's got like a deep voice. He's tall. I don't get it.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for watching.
Welcome back.
To start off this episode of our Bachelorette reaction video, we're going to just jump right in. The boys go to Rhode Island with Hannah in this episode.
The one-on-one first. Right?
No.
Jed. They went to Boston.
They go from Rhode Island to Boston.
Oh.
You always do this.
We gotta say episode 4.
You doubt me.
I don't doubt you.
Yes, you do.
Nah.
You're like, no, according to my notes.
That's not how I sound.
On episode 4 of The Bachelorette, the guys go to Rhode Island.
The littlest state in the Union.
And to start off this episode, Jed gets the one-on-one.
Uno. One on Uno. Uno on one. Uno's a fun game.
So Hannah and Jed go to Boston, and they kind of have just a normal day out in the town. Pretty casual.
There's nothing to write home about.
It was boring.
Yeah, honestly, it was boring.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. They played some basketball.
Yeah, they played basketball. There was awkward moments where the basketball players suddenly became love counselors.
Yeah, it was good to see that they can be casual together. They got along really well. Hannah seems super comfortable around Jed.
Everybody seems to be thinking that Tyler C is the front runner. We'll get to his one-on-one later. But I really think she's got the strongest feelings for Jed.
Yeah, they definitely have a really strong connection.
I think it might just be because she's country, honestly.
I think they can relate on that level for sure.
They both have country twang.
Country. Nashville.
Barbecue.
So during the dinner, Jed admits to Hannah that he originally came on the show to promote his musical career.
Yeah, everybody kind of online I saw was freaking out about this. They were like, oh, that's such a red flag. I don't know. I think he's genuine in the fact that he's being honest.
Yes.
Right? So if he really wasn't falling for her, I don't think he would have said that. I could be wrong. Like, if he started out with that mindset, but now is falling for her, like, what's, whatever. Like, it's about the here and the now.
It was good for him to be transparent with her so that she heard it from him and not somebody else, not online later.
Luke P.
Yeah. I think it was smart for him to bring it up. I think it, at first, was kind of a red flag to her, but he was able to kind of talk her down from that, and she didn't seem put off by it. He ended up getting the rose.
Got the rose.
So I'm assuming all is still well.
Yeah, love happens when you least expect it. I met her laying on the ground swiping through Bumble. So he went expecting to promote his musicals, but now he's falling in lovicals. It happens.
For the group date, this included...
Oh, so there's 13 of them, right? All but 2. Oh, obviously.
We have Dylan, Mateo, John Paul Jones, Connor, Garrett, Dustin, Devin, Grant, Peter, Kevin, Mike, and both Lukes.
Really? The only people you need to worry about through all this would probably be Luke and Luke. Oh, how the plot thickens between the two of them. But we also got a lot of the characters from the other dudes. You learn a lot about Mike. You learn a lot about Garrett.
Dylan.
Dylan. It's a throwback to Chappelle's show. If you're a real OG, comment. Let me know.
Over my head. So the guys play a game of rugby. And what do you know? Competitor Luke P is like all about it. No surprise there.
We've been saying the whole time that this is more of a competition to him than anything else.
Yeah, he loves a competition. And so... he kept saying, well, I played high school football. Like, that means anything.
The people that are...
rugby.
Listen, if the highlight of your life is high school football...
Uncle Rico.
Move on. Do other things.
Get on with your life.
Get on with your life, okay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We learned early on during the warm-ups that Luke S. is kind of mousy and weak.
he's not the physical.
He's not athletic.
Well, he might be slightly athletic. He's just not...
he's not an aggressive competitor.
Yeah.
So he's definitely not somebody that when you're watching, you're like, wow, look out for him.
Yeah. He's just a normal dude.
Just a normal guy, okay? And then you've got Luke P over here who's like...
polar opposite.
Acting like he's gonna win an ESPY for this. Just taking it way too serious.
Like this is his audition for the NFL.
Yes. Those two key aspects, are pretty crucial.
So the game starts tackling everybody because they're playing rugby. That's what you do in rugby. And the preview set it up as if Luke P hurts Kevin. That doesn't happen, so clever editing on the Bachelorette's part. Yeah. Kevin just sprains his shoulder, goes to the hospital. End of that story, but the start of the Battle of the Lukes.
So we see the game has started kind of to pick up after Kevin leaves, and all you really hear at first is this loud thud and ooh and all this, yeah. And then they kind of show it back. I think we rewound it a couple times to really see.
Yeah, you can see it. It's on the left of the frame.
Luke P body slamming Luke S.
All we see, we don't hear anything. We see both of them are on the ground. Luke S stands up, walks toward Luke P. He picks him up and just slams him and then walks away.
So that's the only context that everybody's really given.
Mm-hmm.
It turns into this whole thing. Luke S is why the bleep did you do this? And Luke P just kind of walks away.
It pretty much dominates the entirety of the sode, that little thing that went down between the two of them. And obviously we're not on Luke P's side because he's a jerk. Yes. But to his credit, he does apologize to Luke S. And this is the only place where we feel like Luke S kind of dropped the ball and didn't act like a man. Luke P straight up said, I apologize, I was wrong, and then Luke S just doesn't want to talk to him. He just walks away. Well, the part of his apology was weak. Luke P goes, it was self-defense. It was self-defense.
It wasn't self-defense. To his credit, he apologized in his own psychopathic way.
He didn't have to, but he did.
Yeah, he apologized. And I just think it would have been very be the better man of Luke S to say, thank you, I appreciate it, we're not okay, but thank you for apologizing.
Yeah, he could have at least done that.
None. All the other guys see that interaction happen, and every single one of them takes Luke S.'s side.
Naturally.
Not one of them is like, no, it was self-defense. No, everybody was like, that wasn't okay.
Yeah, and this all went down at the cocktail party. Speaking of the cocktail party, we had some nice dressed dudes. I'll start with the second best dressed. Garrett, my man, looks sharp. Red blazer, kind of like a pastel red almost, right?
Dusty rose.
Like a dusty rose. With the khaki pants, it looked good. But Dylan, who's
Ray
always...
Liotta.
Yeah, Ray Liotta Jr., always the best dressed. Mustard blazer and black trousers. You don't, when you're wearing that outfit, you don't call them pants, you call them trousers. It was sweet.
It was classic.
Yes, good on you, Dylan and Garrett.
So, at the cocktail party for the group date, Hannah calls Luke P aside first to talk.
Because she saw what happened. She wanted to know what's going on.
So, he basically, to sum it all up, lies.
Immediately.
Says that it was purely self-defense, that Luke S. had...
came up with his
ready to duke it out.
Yeah.
And
cussing him out too, right?
Yeah, he was cussing him out, and he was ready to... He thought he was going to punch him, and so he had to do it for self-defense. In the footage... Luke S is just
walks up to him.
I
just walks up to him.
No.
I didn't see any bald fists. Granted, it was far away. But...
He ends up telling her all of this, and she's like, okay, well, I need to get both sides. At the end of their conversation, no hug, no kiss.
Yeah, she's walk right out.
Yeah.
And a quick aside, by the way, not to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
He's claiming he didn't do anything wrong. If he didn't do anything wrong, why did he apologize to Luke S right after it happened?
It's as if he changed his story.
Oh. A manipulator changing his story?
Wow, who called that?
We did.
So after she talks to Luke P, she pulls Luke S aside.
Get the other side of it.
And asks him, the same sort of question. What happened? That sort of thing. And he obviously has a much different story. Mm-hmm. Turns out Luke P also managed to knee him in the face. And all of this was kind of not even during a play. It was
right after a play.
Luke S also...
dropped some bombs.
Informed Hannah that at the last group date, Luke P threatened to leave.
And that just went right out. She didn't even pay any attention to that.
She is so blinded by her lust for him.
It's obnoxious.
That she doesn't see any of it. She has a soft spot for him, and she ignores all red flags.
I think it's all physical appearance.
I do too. I think she is highly physically attracted to him. And that's all she can think of when she...
It's so obnoxious. So another thing that got between the two of them, Luke P and Luke S, with their conversations, Luke P told Hannah that Luke S really doesn't talk about her. He just talks about his tequila business that he's thinking about starting up. She gets offended by that and asks him, Luke S, Luke P said that you don't talk about me. I love my wife more than anything in the world. I don't talk about her 24/7.
Yeah, you have to have other conversations.
Why was that such a weird thing? I don't understand it.
I don't know.
I think it's just because, like you said, she's blinded by Luke P, so she's taking his side the whole time.
I really think that's the case.
I wish Luke S would have said, do you want me to talk about you 24/7?
I mean, that would almost be like obsessive.
It is obsessive. That lie from Luke P is going to play later into the sode. But then after that, it was beautiful. Because every single dude turned against Luke P. And it started with who?
It started with Dustin. He told Hannah about Luke P.
This is guy after guy after guy.
Then Mike. Then Dylan. And then what was really cool is your boy Garrett.
My man, best dressed.
Suit.
Dusty Rose.
He decides to just confront Luke P.
Yeah, Garrett is super, super mature.
He's very direct.
Yeah, he's got his stuff together. And his way of confrontation is not like, you mother... He just says, I just want you to know that nobody here is cool with what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we all know what you're doing. And you're stupid.
He delivered it with respect.
Yes.
It was direct. He didn't sugarcoat anything.
He said, I got 14 friends in this house, and you hurt one of them. I'm not cool with that.
How brilliant. And how...
Mature.
How mature.
Regardless of Luke S walking up to Luke P with balled fists, Luke P's in the wrong because he escalated it to a body slam.
It did not need to go to a body slam. And for the record, in order for it to be self-defense, Luke S actually would have had to do something to him.
Yes.
Thrown a punch, whether delivered or not, it needed to be an actual act of violence for then Luke P's act of violence to be considered self-defense. There was no initial act of violence to defend. I mean, it doesn't work.
No, it's ridiculous. So after Garrett does that, then Mike unleashes on Luke P. Calls him violent, psychopath, all this other stuff. I wish I would have wrote a lot of it down.
Yeah,
but it was so great.
And then as they're all talking, Garrett addresses Luke P again, and Luke P tries to interrupt, and Garrett goes, I'm not done talking. I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah, Garrett's cool. I like Garrett.
We decided that we really like Garrett after this episode.
I want Garrett bandwagon. So then as they're going back and forth, Luke P, whenever he started, said, I don't remember what happened. All I know is he walked up to me with his fist balled, cussing me out, so I slammed him on the ground, and then when he started to get up, I stepped, and as he's giving detail after detail after detail, after saying, I don't remember, Mike said, I thought you said you don't remember, and he goes, well, I remember now that I'm trying to, and then that's when my boy Grant, who's been, like, absent the whole entire time, just stands up, walks out on him, and then every single dude walks out on him. It was
they just get up and leave.
It was so, that's what you do with people who are nuts. You just don't give them the time of day.
Whoosh, we're not fighting.
Yeah, we're not fighting. We just really hate Luke P.
Alright.
The struggle was real with that. Okay. Yeah, you're a boy.
Okay. So Garrett had the move of the night.
Move of the night.
By pulling Hannah aside and basically ignoring all the drama.
All of it.
And he told her that he was crushing on her real hard. I thought that was so smart.
It was.
To remove her from all the drama and remind her why she's there. She's there to find love, and she has a guy who's interested.
There you go.
So good on you, Garrett. It won you the group rose.
Yep.
So for the one-on-one date, it obviously went to Tyler, who was not on the group date or the first one-on-one. To start Hannah's intro to the one-on-one, she's like, I don't even know if I want to be here.
Because of all the Luke crap.
Yeah, she was like, the drama from last night was too much. I don't even feel like being here. And so Tyler arrives, and he's like, hey, how are you? And she's like, honestly, not good. And she kind of tells him just that she's in a rough place, and he was so sweet to her.
He was really good.
He handled it so well. He said, I want you at your highs and I want you at your lows, and this is okay. If you're having a rough day, that's okay. I'm here. And he just let her kind of feel comfortable to not be perfect. I thought that was really, really good.
Yeah, I guess that's why everybody lost their minds.
I think everybody saw that and thought, wow, that's a good guy.
Yeah, he seemed like a good dude during the thing. I mean, their date happened. We literally didn't even take
They caught lobsters, and then they got to eat a fresh lobster boil, which I'm sure was delicious. Overall, not anything exciting. No,
and then they ate dinner. Oh, and then they danced, right?
Yeah, so Jake Owen had a concert, and they got to go kind of on a stage. and they danced, and it was sweet. And overall, the date was just really sweet. And I think it went really, really well.
Because he gets a
one-on-one rose. That kind of sums up the one-on-one. Like we said, there wasn't really anything noteworthy.
She likes him, but I really think Jed's won. For some reason, she's still hung up on Luke P.
I know.
So I think either Connor or Tyler think it's those three at the tops.
Yeah, for sure.
3, 4, whatever.
So the next thing is the big cocktail party before the rose ceremony, and that is just like spilling over from the drama of the group date cocktail.
It was never ending.
Yeah, I said Pop-Tart.
Group date Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tarts sound good.
They do sound good. At the cocktail party, Peter asks if Hannah would be his girlfriend. I thought that was cute.
That was really cute. Oh, it was so cute.
So kudos to Pete. That was smooth.
That was a really sweet,
Pete the pilot. Thing. So, like we said, this is all about Luke S. and Luke P. So, at some point in time, Luke S. is talking to Luke P. and he says, "Why did you tell Hannah that I don't ever talk to her? Why did you tell her that all I talk about is the tequila thing?" To which all the guys around said, "You know, that doesn't happen. He talks about Hannah. He's only talked about the tequila thing once or nonce." I made that word up. So then Luke P, confronted by everybody and in front of everyone, says, "I will tell her right now that I was wrong." Luke S did not say, "Put in a good word for me." None of that. He just said, "Why did you tell her that I don't talk about her?" Which it was an obvious lie. And then, like I said, he said in front of everybody, "I will tell her I was wrong." He said it in front of Garrett, Dylan, Grant, Mike, everybody.
Yes.
So everybody heard these words. So then, Honey Bunny, what does Luke P say whenever he goes and talks to Hannah?
So Luke P tells Hannah that he had warned her that Luke S only ever talked about his business, and he still feels the same.
Still feels the same. And then whenever it came to the part where he could have said, "I was wrong," he said, "Luke S told me to put in a good word for him." It's such a blatant lie. And
he was like, "Yeah, Luke S, he's really weird. And in fact, he actually asked me to put in a good word for him with you. And because she has been blinded by her love for Luke P, she's like, what? Oh, okay." So she asks Luke S about
There's a lot of that. She talked to Luke P, talked to Luke S, talked to Luke P, talked to Luke. That's what she did.
That's the whole cocktail party.
So then obviously she confronts Luke S about it. And he's like, "I never said that." So then it got pretty because Luke S confronted Luke P about it in front of everybody. Yeah, and everybody was like, "You are a demon."
Yeah. Like everybody sees him as a manipulative psychopath.
That was pretty much the main events of the cocktail party. Just the Luke S and Luke P back and forth.
It ended on the first to be continued of the season. Hate those.
We don't even know what happens.
It ends with her sitting down in a triangle between Luke S and Luke P.
And says, "Talk to each other."
Talk to each other. End episode. As far as who gets eliminated, we're going to keep them the same because
Dylan and Grant.
It still hasn't been a rose ceremony yet.
Yep. Man, I really hope Dylan doesn't go.
I do too.
I enjoy seeing his fits.
Follow him on Instagram.
Oh, I should. So yeah, as far as a look ahead to the next episode, we don't get a whole ton, obviously. No. We know that there's going to be a discussion between the two of those, Luke S and Luke P. They all go to Scotland. They didn't tell us much about the convo between Luke S and Luke P. But interestingly enough, two of the front runners have a confrontation, Jed and Tyler C. Yeah, Jed calls Tyler C like a snake or something like that. So it's
interesting.
I'm very curious to see how that all
plays out.
Yeah.
This episode was full of the dramas.
Yeah, lots of the dramas.
Woo! But it was good.
It was a good sode.
It was entertaining.
So, to be continued. Tune in again next week for episode 5 reaction.
Thank you so much for watching. Let us know what you think about the show. Who do you think's going home? Whose side do you
Yeah.
Do you favor?
Whose side do you want?
Are you
Luke S?
or Luke P?
Or the demon?
Yeah, which is it? We want to know what you think, so be sure and let us know.
Who do you think the best dressed is? What was your favorite Hannah fit? What's your favorite moment so far? What's your favorite pizza?
Your favorite color?
Orange. This is Joey Kincaid signing off.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.